Hello everyone, this is Ron. Today I'm going to talk about the create options in your Google Classroom Classwork page. In particular, these three, the assignment versus the question versus material. And bear with me on this because there are lots of little details regarding these, and hopefully this will be helpful to you. Today I'm going to be using two different personal Gmail accounts. Both have Google Classroom. With private Gmail, Google Classroom is available. So the reason I'm doing two different accounts is because one account is the teacher account in a class and the other one is a student account. So I'm going to show you things from this viewpoint and from this viewpoint so you can understand what the students are seeing as well. And of course all these videos are on the ilovemfwi.com site. So let's go to the classroom that's a teacher classroom. This is my personal Gmail, ronbelisle@gmail.com. And I'm going to create a post. And by the way, this one I have a dedicated video on already, and this one as well. But we're going to start here and then go to here and end here. So let's begin with the material. The material is just primarily for posting FYI information, posting resources, posting links, posting stuff from your Google Drive, which could include docs, slides, PowerPoints, Word files, images, PDFs, also from your computer, anything like that, and students can view that. This is links to any website, and this is directly to YouTube. YouTube links can also be here. If you have other video links like TED-Ed or any other video, you would use this feature. So basically this is just material because over here there's no grade settings such as due date and point value and grade calculation and so on. So you can also create files directly from here for posting. And of course, within the file, let's say you have a sign up for something. You want students to sign up. You could do that here. It's not a homework related, but it's students are needing to sign up for something. You would create a Google Docs. The homework itself, the posting itself, the material post, does not have share features here, as it would with the assignment and the question creation options, as it would with these two. But within the Google Docs itself, there are sharing features. So let's just take a look at that. We're going to create a brand new one. And I'm going to go into it and just say something like sign up here, sign up below, and I'll just put a little table here, your name, your topic, and so on. I'm hitting the tab key, tab, 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 tab. Give it a little distinction here with shading. So students can now sign up here. Now, not yet, because I haven't set any sharing. It says shared with one person. It's actually shared with, let's save it right here. It's shared with the group, and that group is any teachers that may be invited to this course, which currently there's no teachers invited, but if you did, they would have editing access to this file automatically. But if I want to give editing access to students, I have to go here, and then I go anyone with the link, and in MWU this is going to say anyone within the MWU, and there's Japanese, MWU system, mwu.jp can access, but in this case, because this is the private account, and of course I want to select can edit in this case if it's a sign up. If it's just a view thing, you do that, but we're going to do this. So that's done, and let's go out of that, back to the course. I'm going to say post this. When I actually go into the posts now, I don't have my class topics yet, but I will do that later. Here's my sign up for the students, and that's the name of my Google Docs file in my Google Drive. Now let's go to the student view, another account. So this is me. Note up here, I'm a student in this course, therefore there's no grade settings, and under classwork there is no create button because my role in this course, which is called test class, is one of a student. Now this is the homework that, or the posting, not homework, the posting that was just created by the teacher. I'm going to click on it, and the teacher is wanting me to sign up below, and I'm going to sign up, and it's reminding me who I'm signed in as, and that's another Gmail that I've had for 10 years. So I have ability to sign up here, and I'm gonna do I love MFWI, and my topic is food. So that gave me the ability to sign up. I leave that. There's the homework. Now back to the teacher view. I'm back in as a teacher, and I go back to the document, the posting, and I can see that indeed one of my students signed up. So that's this feature. Now let's go to as a teacher, let's go to the assignment and the question feature. Now these are homework related, so prior to creating one of these, I'm going to set up some in my course. I'm going to make some settings regarding grades. You don't have to do this, but for the purpose of this homework or this tutorial, I will make some settings. This is my course. This is general settings. And here's some grade settings. So I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to do weighted by category, because at MFWI for a course, you know, we have different categories such as tests. Make that 40% of the weight. Homework. Make that 40%, and then participation. Of course, in an online course, that's going to be harder to assess. However, this is some kind of general breakdown like this. And if you're doing a Google Classroom from the beginning and you're using the gradebook, of course, at some point you're going to want to turn this on. But I'm not going to turn it on now. But this must be chosen because we are going to weight assignments and quizzes by category. So I'm going to save that, and once again, it's not necessary in your case, and probably you won't be doing it. Okay, let's look at this assignment feature, adding assignment. There's lots of things involved here. And let's create both a writing assignment and I'm just going to give it a topic, favorite hobby. And then I'm going to ask my question down here. Upload a photo of you participating in your favorite hobby. You'll see what I'm getting at here in a moment. But I'm going to give it a due date, and then that goes on their calendar. It shows in their classwork section. Time is optional. I'm going to give it category, it's homework related, and it's a writing assignment. So I'm going to assign this to the student. And let's go now to my student perspective. And I'm going to go to my classwork. First of all, I got a notification of that assignment right here because that's the title of the assignment that I made. I could either click here or I could go to my classwork page and click on it right here. And then I see the title of the assignment and I see the instructions the teacher gave regarding the assignment. And now I'm going to view it, and it's still in the assigned mode. It hasn't been turned in yet, of course. I'm going to view the assignment, and I'm going to, first of all, create a place where I can write my answer. And in order to do that, I need to create a Google Docs, or if I created it in Google Drive in another app like Google Docs or Word, that's okay too, or on my computer. But let's create a brand new one because this is an interesting feature. It has interesting features here. So note that when I create this Google Docs, it took my username, which is this one, and it automatically put it as part of the title, and then it also took the name of the homework. Now in the case of students, you'll probably see a student name right here. So let's open that, and then let's start writing my answer. I really like basketball. And I'll provide some details for my answer. This can be a sentence, a paragraph, an essay. And then note that there's a couple things here that of note. I already mentioned that the title of the document is automatically generated because it's associated with the homework. It's associated with the title of the homework and the username. So those are automatic. And it shows you where the homework is located in your drive. Now, this is a turn-in feature of Google Docs. So this answer will be turned in, but the homework is not turned in yet because the homework also involves uploading a photo, in my case of me playing basketball. So I'm going to turn this in, and you'll see what happens when we then continue to look at the homework. So now I'm back to my homework. I can see that I've turned this in so far, but the teacher wants one more thing turned in before I actually turn in the homework. So I'm going to upload a photo from my computer. It's not related to basketball, but that's okay. You'll get the gist. Here's a nice campus photo. Gonna upload it to the homework. There it is, and I click the upload. Students know how to do this. So now my assignment has both the photo and my written part. And now I turn in the assignment. But prior to turning it in, I want you to see what the teacher sees. I still see from the perspective of the teacher that this has been assigned to one student. And in your case, you'll have a larger number here, of course. But it hasn't been turned in yet by the student. So back to the student view. Now when the student turns this in, they're going to get this, and the turning in will involve 2 documents. And now when I go as a teacher, refresh that page, I can see that one student has turned it in, and if I click here, there it is. It's this person, and I can look at their document that they wrote in and their image that they provided, and I can give them a grade. And also in this document, I can do comments. So I would select a particular place in the text, and I could add comments here. So the student could get those. I could give them a grade on this, and then I could click this, and I could add comments regarding their photo. I could return their assignment, and they would see my comments, and so on. Actually, I want to do this one more time because there's an interesting feature here that is very useful in our context at MFWI. So this is a kind of assignment where you may want students to I'll show you an example that I have. I have an online independent English homework assignment, and the instructions are actually in the Google Docs. So I think, let's find it here, independent English online. So I created this right here. I'll show it to you in just a moment. But these settings here are very, very important. So what these settings mean are, the first one is pretty obvious, just view only. The second one is this single file students can edit, much like I showed you with the material posting for signing up. So the settings would be here as opposed to within the document itself. But this one is very interesting. This one means students will all receive a copy of this, and within their own copy, they can add their homework. They can type answers to their homework. So in this case, let me just give this a due date. And I don't have any topic. That's okay. Point value, homework. When I go in to edit this, I'll show you what the homework is. This is just, I'm asking them to, vocabulary that they hear throughout the week and learn. They may keep a vocabulary list. and something related to extra English, what they're doing regarding watching movies, listening to songs, reading news, or internet news. So when I assign this, they're all going to get a separate copy, and I'll show you what it looks like from a student perspective. So let's go back to my student classwork, and I see the teacher created this new homework, and when I view it, here it is. This is now a separate copy for me. So if these are the words that I learned this week. And so on, and so on, and so on. And this is the extra English that I did. Watched Frozen in English with English subtitles. Loved it. So, once again, I have this turn in feature as a student. So I'm going to turn this in, and there it is. It's turned in. As a teacher, I see that one student was assigned, oopsie, whoops, I forgot to click the turn in once again. So, now as a teacher, I see that one student has turned it in, and that's this person, and I can see that that person put some answers there, and then I could give a grade, do private comments, go to my comment bank, and give a grade, and then I return and that's a very useful tool for teachers. So if you're not comfortable with using the quiz feature of Google Classroom, you can just create a Google Docs and select that option, which is each student will get a copy. By the way, once the homework is assigned, this cannot be changed. And with that chosen, you would have the test questions in your original document, and they would type directly the answers. So that would be one way to give a simple test and have it graded right there in Google. Okay, let's do the third one, which is material. So, I'm sorry, the third one, which is question. So this one has some interesting features. It's just basically a question that is graded or not graded. You can do ungraded. You can, give it a due date. And the features here are very interesting because suppose you have a question you just want to ask the students. It's kind of a mini discussion board for one particular question that you would post. And if you want students to be able to edit their answer prior to the due date, suppose we have a due date here, that is an option here. So let's just post a question. What is your favorite ice cream? Now, students can provide a short answer. And of course, we have this chosen so everybody could see that. Or you could do multiple choice. And this would be kind of like a survey or a poll. And then you have this option. If it's a multiple choice, students can see the class summary. So let's go ahead and ask that one. And let's go into our student account, which is right here. We're going back to our classwork page. As a student, what is your favorite ice cream? And I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna turn it in. Turn it in. This is where you would see the total results of all the students here. Okay, so from a teacher point of view, this is what the teacher would get. And I can see that it had been assigned to one has turned it in. Here's the overall results. So there's a lot more details in all of this. I just want to mention that unfortunately, within your own MWU account, you can't have this viewpoint. You can't create a class as a teacher and invite yourself as a student with the same email. But hopefully this gave you some ideas regarding the differences between these. Thank you very much for listening.